Good morning, everybody. I know, I'm early. I'm always early. I'm never late. I'm always early. What's going on? What's going on? So, we're going to let people roll in a little bit, but this morning I want to talk about something that I do. Something that I do, and I'm going to have to pull down the back screen so I can show you. Good morning, Country Prepper again. Ron, Carol, good morning. Vanny with Ada. Little Boots, are you here? Good morning, everybody. Glad to see y'all. And I want to bring up some down to earth preps, but this is something that I do that I learned. I started doing it a couple years ago, and y'all might remember when I was out in the forest, and I basically was burying ammo cans. Right, I was burying ammo cans, and those ammo cans come into play in a lot of ways. So, what I want to talk about this morning is, a lot of people have these tiny little cans or little Altoid boxes or metal boxes, and they use them to store stuff. Well, I had to step it up a notch because I feel like there's so many things that I think a lot of times that people, um, when it really boils down to it, that people are they're gonna steal your stuff. We have this young generation that's out of control, and trust and believe they're gonna steal your stuff if they can, if they know where it's at, right? Also, what if you have the plan A and B and the C, and then it comes down to the O shitter, and you don't have anything in place? And so that's what I want to talk about this morning is putting that O shit in place. And I'll only show one of the cans because some of the cans I will not show on YouTube. Some of the cans I will never show to anybody. That's between me and dragonflies, which I'm sure y'all can understand that and appreciate that. And all of us should do that. But I think that, one of the very first series that I did on Off the Wall Prepper when I first started almost 3 years ago on YouTube was prepping on the cheap, taking things around you and utilizing them as preps. A lot of times we think, well, we have to buy this or we have to buy that. And that's not necessarily true. A lot of things that we have laying around the house could become a prep and it could become an emergency prep. And so that's one thing that I think is really important. So yeah, I don't use the little tiny cans. I use the Altoid cans, but I use it for char cloth. I use it for dryer lint. I use it for Vaseline balls to start fires. And now I quit making the Vaseline balls and the dryer lint ones, and I use it for little tin foil that I showed the demo of, the little tinfoil ones, because you can put a piece of cotton, one piece of cotton, separate it between two of those or three of those tinfoils, and you can use it that way. So dragonflies, sometimes we get coffee in plastic tubs, which many of you might. Sometimes we get it in metal tubs. So I'm going to take down the back screen, and we're going to go through one of the tubs, and I'm going to show you like kind of what I do and why I do it, because I think it's, yep, I'm sitting here in the cabin. So what I do is, first I have ammo cans that are big enough to fit one or two of these in. Some of them will fit, some of my ammo cans will fit one, some of them will fit two. So first thing I do is I take my ammo can, I open it up, and I line it with a heavy duty commercial um, trash bag liner. And I'm talking a thick, not some cheap crap. You got to spend a little bit of money to get the real good ones. So first thing I do is I line it with a trash bag to protect this, and also to protect if moisture gets in it, right? And then on the outside of the can, when I bury the can, and you might remember, we're going to dig up one of those cans that I buried on the property. I think that was about a year and a half ago. Hey, Miss Needle. So I'm going to dig up one of those cans and show y'all how it survived for a year and how it looks, and if moisture got to it, whatever. That way I can correct the cans that I have placed around over, well, we're in the middle of about 400 acres, right? But I have these cans and a map for dragonflies and a map in case somebody would ever need help. I could send them to particular cans to pick up things that they need. Yeah, I might be a little over the top. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. What I do know is that I would rather be prepared than scared, and I'd rather be prepared and have some of these cans places. So we're going to stop. We're going to start and this is the only can I'll ever show you um, on YouTube. It's just because, and I'm sure y'all understand, most of my preps, Betsy knocked them over and they got ruined. I have some of these cans, these coffee cans that I fill with ferro rods, with magnesium shavings, and things like that too. But this particular can, we're just going to open it, and I'm going to show you. And this is a variety can, and most of them I mark on the bottom so that I kind of know what's in the can, right? But this one, as you can see, is jammed packed with stuff. You're going to want to get a good can opener or do something around the edges, just so that, come on, but think basic stuff so that you can be smart. But so the first thing right on the top is two, and these are water purification tabs. And I'm going to have to make some room here to unload it. Hold on a minute. So these are water purification tabs. I hope all of you have some. I hope some of you that have been prepping for a while have more than one. I have these for several reasons. A life straw won't fit in the can, so I filled some of the cans with these. I probably have, I don't know. Honestly, after Betsy did what she did to my preps, I probably have maybe 40 sets of them. So, but I've been prepping a long time. You got to remember that I've been prepping since the 80s, not when it was cool, right? So that's the first thing. The next thing that I have in the can is I bought out a store with flashlights. And when I bought out the store, I held back. I sold several of them for $20 to $40 because they're a pretty good flashlight. They're a red line. Some people like them, some people don't. I like them. But I have several of these because the nice thing that they have is they have the adjuster on the end. So I have several of these and I have several cans that have them in it. I also take the batteries out and wrap the batteries up in plastic. I don't know how to store batteries. It's something I need to work on because I want them to last as long as possible. And, I'll admit when I don't know something. But the nice thing about this flashlight is it does have the belt clip. So that's another thing in the can. And I'm telling you, the can's full, folks. So the next thing in the can is one, there's a clip for one of my guns that I carry with me quite a bit. And so a lot of these little pouches that you'll pick up have little spots that you can stick stuff. So I utilize those spots and put extra things in there. Then when you open it up, yep, just an emergency, small. And I picked these up quite a while ago. This one is a police one. This one's police magna spray. So I have that in there. And the nice thing is a lot of these things can be utilized and you can just put them right on your belt. So you'll be able to carry these. Yeah, yeah, it's a mag, not a clip. But anyway, country prepper, stop it. Okay, I know the difference between a mag and a clip. But did I say mag? Did I say clip? I don't know what the hell I said. Anyway, it's for my 22. But the other thing is I carry a lot of stuff so that you could slide these on your belt real quick and fast, right? That's really a good thing because you don't want to have to carry a bunch of miscellaneous bullshit with you. Um, I have packs of the fuel tabs, and these fuel tabs you can pick them up pretty cheap. This one is Cochran's, and there's 24 tabs in there, so you get about 3 to 7 minutes depending wind and all that stuff, but you get 3 to 7 minutes a tab, so you can heat up a cup of coffee in 3 minutes with those tabs. And then as you go through the can, I did put a few things in here too, medical wise. I don't have asthma, but I do have a bad lung, so once in a while I'll take a puff, and so I have one of those in there. I have an inhaler. I have a bottle of ibuprofen in there. I have a solar. This is just a quick. This is a quick. Excuse me. This is a battery operated one. This is a quick battery operated phone charger. We picked up several of these. We keep them charged, so you can also. It has the attachment, so you can just throw that in. You can put that on your key ring, on your belt, whatever. So that comes in handy. This one's called an Extreme. They're not very much. In the same can, I have a couple writing utensils um, because pens are going to give out on you. So I have pencils. This is a pretty cool one, though. This is made out of a. You see that? That's cool. And then, so I have a couple pencils so that you can have something to write with. I have an extra pair of reading glasses in there. I have, in case I run out of smokes, I got a vape stick in here. I got a nice little pocket knife. Um, Nothing fancy because I have a lot of knives. So that one's in there. And yes, I do. I have a stash, and I don't know if y'all can see it. Maybe you can see it. That I have a stash of silver in here. I probably have in these bags with the going market of silver right now, probably about $100 worth of silver in each bag, and I have them in the ammo cans as well. And I have them like you'll see this. This is your bars, and I like buying them in bars because they're thin, they're easy to carry. So I have probably $100 worth of silver in each bag that I have in a can. Um, Another handy dandy thing out of the can. This is all coming out of one can. So the next thing I have, handy dandy, I have lots of these. I used to sell and distribute knives. So I have a multi-tool, nice little multi-tool. So you have all you have some handy tools with you. Uh, and you have the knives, you have the finger clippers. Swiss Army knives are really nice, but I like the multi-tools. So I carry those. The other thing nice about this one is there is a sharpening stone on it as well. Once again, in a pouch so that you can hook it right to your belt, right? My belt might be weighted down. I have a Zippo. I have some hand sanitizer. This is handmade hand sanitizer from Dragonflies. We make our own out of aloe vera. I think she did a demo, but I have a whole collection of Zippos, so I think I have 6 or 10 of these in different cans. And I do have extra flints, extra lighter fluid as well. Now we're still working on just one can, right? Um, as I always say, prepping on the cheap. So I think I have 5 or 6 books as matches in this particular can. And I'm a big fan. Char's great. Char sticks would be great, but I have a lot of bags of magnesium. Magnesium is the same that you can get out of a faulty lighter. And let me see. So this one, if you have a faulty lighter, like that one is about ready to go. But the cool thing with lighters that you need to realize is if you take off this silver piece right here, inside there is actually magnesium. So you can flick it a few times, just put it across a piece of wood with a little bit of tinder and flick it a few times, and you're going to end up with pieces of magnesium. So you're just going to roll that wheel, right? And then once you roll that wheel, then you're going to have your magnesium and you'll be able to start it. Then you can just start it by flicking it a few times, and that spark, even if the lighter is bad, I save these because even if that lighter is bad, you're going to get enough magnesium to start a fire. So that's really good. Um, the other thing, let me see. This is one of my little sharpening stones that I picked up. Little manual sharpening stone, little carry pouch for it. So that's in my can. We're getting there, right? We're getting there. I always, because we make them. So I have a lot of paracord, and this is not your cheap ass paracord, honestly. Um, so you're welcome, Jessica. So this is paracord 550, and there's a big difference when you have 550. If you double it, you get 1,000, you get 1,100, right? So you can actually hook this to the front of a bumper of a vehicle. Paracord 550, you can actually pull a vehicle with this. Very, very strong. 550 pounds per inch that it can actually have. It's very strong. Now when you see paracord in stores and stuff and they're selling bracelets, it's usually paracord like 200, 250. And you'll notice if you really look at it how thick it is. This is one I made. Is that pretty cool? Looks like a snake. But this, paracord is really, really important for your cordage, because the nice thing about paracord is you can just smack it on your wrist and you're always carrying cordage with you, and cordage is so important. The other thing is that you can take apart the paracord bracelet, and when you take apart the paracord bracelet, just cut it if it comes down to dire needs, you can cut it right there. There's paracord 550. So there's 7 white strands. Those 7 white strands can be used for fires. They can be used for fishing line. There's so many uses for paracord bracelets, and I recommend that everybody gets one. I will throw up the special. I just sent out bougies to her. Let me see, where is it at? Right there. We have a special right now on the channel. So if you do a $20 super chat, you can get 3 paracord bracelets, 551 with a whistle. The actual buckle has a whistle, a ferro rod, and a compass on it. And then you just have to email us your address within 24 hours. Even if I have your address, you still have to do that just to bring it to the attention of Dragonfly so she can get them sent out. If you do a super chat of $10, you still get a 550 handmade paracord bracelet. So if you want to do that, hit the super chat. But I think that, can you maybe even tie a bleeding wound? Oh yes, definitely, Miss Needle. You could tie a wound, because think about it. It's so strong. You could use it as a temporary. You could tie off a wound to keep it from bleeding. What else do I have in here? Now, at the very bottom, I do have an Altoid box. And inside that Altoid box, you'll see that I have gunked up cotton balls and Vaseline. But this right here I could probably start 30 fires with this little bit that's in here, honestly. And that's another thing, that you can save those Altoid cans. I believe in prepping on the cheap. I believe in recycling, repurposing. There is a thing of chapstick. You can also use a chapstick to start a fire. And what else is in here? This is pretty cool. This is my little handy dandy. I have a bunch of these. So this is a magnifying, two-way magnifying glass. I have a bunch of these. I got them as a promo when I was. Okay, send me what color, Betty, what color you'd like, and email me. You just email me. I have your address. Just email me and tell me if you want a man's or a woman paracord. Thank you, Betty. Um, So the other thing is that it's really nice to have a magnifying glass for a few reasons. If your glasses get broken and you need a reader, or if you need to also start a fire, you can use the sun to come through the magnifying glass on a little piece of tinder. It takes time, it takes patience, but you got your paracords. Good. I hope I sent a little something extra in there for you. I guess you noticed. I didn't know what color for you. She's a wildflower, so I sent you a couple extras. Um, Also, another bad lighter, right? Same thing, and a marker. So that's a pretty good can. That's a pretty good can of stuff. And I think that, when you really start looking at what things around you, and you start putting them in a can, you go, hey, I got this, I got that. And you start making these little cans. The other nice thing about these cans, and this is my honest opinion, if you have these sitting around a yard or a building or whatever, do you think somebody's going to go through 100 cans, especially if you write some bullshit on it, like screws, nuts, bolts? Okay, just hints. Um, they're not going to sit there and want to go through the cans. They're going to want to go after your expensive stuff. And I think also these could be used, hint, hint, for MREs. MREs, right? Because the more that you're able to utilize things around you, the better off you're going to be, and the more prepared you're going to be. And honestly, folks, when all shizness breaks loose, don't think that you're going to sit there hunky dory and that somebody ain't going to try to take your stuff, because they're going to try to take it. Because and it might be the prepper friend that you thought was a prepper, and really they were just watching you. And so, you can fit a lot of stuff in one of these cans, a lot. The only thing I probably should do is put these in a bandana, because this can would be awesome if I had a bandana. I think that, you have to be creative when you're prepping, and you also have to take into consideration that when something really bad happens, I want a little bit of silver. Some of my cans don't have $100 in them. Some of them do. and it really just depends on the can and depends on my silver, how much silver I really have. The main thing is that when you're doing these cans, though, right? Take off the labels, maybe put a phony label on it, or maybe leave the coffee label on it, or maybe put screws across it, and set up your own code so that you know that screws is this kind of can. These are a great way to set aside preps. You could have 10 of these cans sitting around, and people are going to look at them like a can. They might, and let them, and make a phony. I'm kind of slick when it comes to certain things because I think that honestly, sorry about that, folks. I hit it with my knee, and I need more coffee. Uh, I think that it's really important that we really um, look at prepping and then look at what's going on in the world and what could occur. And honestly, what could occur is that people are going to take advantage of elders. They're going to take advantage of people that they can get to. And so if you have some of these cans set up, and I'll show you the one that I dig up. I'll do a live video out there so you can see me digging up the can, but y'all might remember that I buried that can over a year ago. So I did put some food items in it, some MREs, and I want to see how they did so that I know if I need to change it. That's a really important thing. Like, you always got to check your preps. You want to make sure that it's rodent safe. Some good chicken wire, things like that will help. Also, when we come back in May, we are finally getting the Kubota out here for a day. So I'm going to be digging the pond, and I'm also going to be digging two root cellars in locations on our 5 acres. Not really. One of them's going to be close to the house, the other one's not. Um, I hope that that you take stuff from these lives, that you apply them to your life, because really, folks, the situation in the United States is getting worse by the day. And I think that as we all kind of look around what's going on, I think that it would be a really important thing to step up your preps, to keep prepping in a down to earth manner. Those recycling and repurposing is a cheap way to do stuff. And I hope that you all, keep doing that. That's really important. And another thing that I think is most important is to really stay centered, to stay centered on the good Lord, to stay centered on the truth, because honestly, the crap we're hearing is not. I wouldn't bury it too close to a lake, Betsy, because you have to realize one thing. Like, if you ever really really need water, um, and you start digging near a lake or a stream, water will come into that hole. Like if you only dig like about a foot deep, you're going to get, water coming up through that hole. I talked about that when I was talking about drinking mud, right? In the last case resort, drinking mud. So that's like something you want to think about. I loved Gran Torino, man. That was a great movie. He's the man. Yeah, copycat. It's a lot of work, when you come into a place like, you can already see behind me, we've been doing a lot of things. The biggest thing that we've been doing is all this cedar, right? They insulated it with cheap stuff, and so we've had to go through and chink between all this cedar, and I'm hoping that this year it gets done. And it has been a lot of work because our ceilings are probably on one side of the cabin where I'm sitting, probably 16 foot high, and it takes a lot of work. But we're going to be up there refinishing the ceiling this summer, and so I'll get all those high spots and chink them. Um, that'll keep a lot of drafts and stuff. That's another thing that you can be doing this spring and summer is think about how your house reacted in the winter. And we just ordered some more dark drapes. You can see this drape behind me is a blackout drape, and I did do a test on the blackout drapes. If you're outside, you really cannot see light in here, which is cool. But the other thing is, we have a lot of candles, we have a lot of oil lamps, things like that. And Dragonflies really, she wants to get rid of this. She wants to get rid of this old fireplace. They kind of did something really stupid here because the fireplace is not set back against the wall. So it takes, this is not a big place and it takes up a lot of room. So she wants us to put a new fireplace in. I don't know, folks. Like Dragonflies always has some great idea for me to do it. I'm like, I'm working a full-time job and on top of that, YouTube and my video productions and she always comes up with another honey-do list, and it's like, oh my gosh, can we stop? I told her this the other day. I said, stop with the honey-do crap. Can we just be calm for a while? Can I go fishing this summer? That's what I want to do. Morning, Sherry. You say if you missed the beginning of the live, go back. It's only about 20 minutes long so far, but I think that these cans, folks, this is a really good way to start setting some stuff aside. Also, if you have little kids, right? You could mark on the bottom of the can or the side of the can and make a specific can for each child, a prepping can, and let them help put a prepping can together. This is how you get people involved in prepping, even your little ones. And you say, this is going to be your special can. And what would you want to put in it? And have them put crayons, a little coloring book, some cards, a game, things to take their mind off of stress because we're all going to be stressed. You could also put a family game can together with like Yahtzee, dice games, cards, whatever. These cans can be utilized for a lot of stuff. And I think that as we go through and things start falling more and more in the United States, these cans, if you start doing a can a week or one can a month, whatever it may be, this could be a really cool thing to have for the kids, to have for yourself. You could also, ladies, guys, you could make hygiene cans. You could make, whatever kind of cans you want to make. But it's a great way to store stuff, easy to move around, and easy to conceal from everyone else what you're doing. Now, don't be coming to my house and think you're going to find 75 cans sitting around. That's not how I work it. That's not how you work it. Good morning, Romania Remnant. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, Elaine. And it is, Jessica. I think it's a good way. I think it's a good way, like, right, to get little kids involved in prepping, because you can tell them, hey, if there's ever an emergency, we want you to have your own special can. And so you go to take them to the Dollar Tree and pick up some cute little stuff, right? Metal detector, yeah, Betty. You won't find it with a metal detector either. So you got to cover all your bases, Betty. You will not find nothing on this 400 acres with a metal detector. Well, maybe, but you won't find my cans with metal detector. You're welcome, Miss Needle. I just thought, I think that it's really important that we get down to earth with prepping. And honestly, like I really truly believe in prepping on the cheap because not everybody is a rich man or a rich woman or a rich family. And with the way stuff is going up in price, why not save yourself some money and utilize things around you? And that just makes sense to me. It makes good sense. And I really am trying to bring to this channel some out of the box, off the wall prepping things. And I think that the metal can, I've never seen nobody really talk about it. I think that it's something that you could really use and that you could actually even put snacks in it. You could put MREs in them. You could do so many things with them. Figure out for your own family what is well like, hey, this is what we need for our family. Maybe you need a medicine one. Maybe your kid is always chronically got coughs and flus, like something in your house. Maybe you have a bunch of little kids and maybe you've had a situation of lice. There's so many things that you could put together, little medical cans. You could put together all kinds of stuff. I think the little Altoid cans and the other cans are too small. I'm not going to carry 75 of these around, right? But if I have 20 or 30 or 50 of these around my property, that me and dragonflies only know where they're at, then it's a good way, right? And you're right. Pioneers did. We had a great live here, Rick, before you joined the channel. And it was called, we did the Lost Ways every Saturday morning. And I think I'm going to do a special Lost Ways uh, live stream because it was a podcast. And I think I'm going to bring it back for a couple Saturdays in May because I lost all that footage, and we had a lot of fun on that. All country music. It was music. It was recipes. It was herbal remedies, and it was lost ways, like how to use borax, how to use all these different chemicals that are down to earth, old school chemicals. And Beth D and Lenora, I think, really enjoyed that show. Beth D, I think, was there every Saturday. I think actually the Lenora rolled out of the bed on Saturday mornings to come to the Lost Ways. Didn't you, Lenora? I do want to say this, and Lenora, you can kick me in my ass later, but if everybody would keep lifting up Beth D in prayer and thoughts, but also Lenora's having some medical issues, and if we could lift Lenora up, Lenora, go ahead and tell it on the chat. Are you in or out of the hospital? And you can kick my ass. I know you said it's no big deal, but Lenora, it is a big deal. We love you. We care about you. And if somebody here in the mag is suffering medically or financially or whatever, it is a big deal because we are the OTWP. You're still in the hospital. Okay. Do you get to go home today or what? And Rick, you're suffering from a surgery. Okay. Well, let's lift Rick up too, folks. We're all old and decrepit. Betsy, shoot me an email about your paracord bracelet, okay? Just to remind me, because we have a lot going on. Also, if you use the link that's going below me right now, that also helps the channel. So if you need stuff, go there. I was calling you old Royal Linus. The geriatric unit. Welcome to the geriatric unit of prepping. We are old and decrepit. Well, I'm not old, but I don't know. Okay. Well, get the hell out of there. Get out. I don't want none of y'all in the hospital. It happens, but I don't want you in the hospital. We need to get your butt out of the hospital, dang it. Good, Rick. Good. You got to keep praying it up and thinking positive things, that's for sure. You swing a mean cane. I'll tell you honestly. I'll tell you honestly. I know that most of the people in this, we have some younger folks in this live in our mag, but the majority of people are like 40 up, right? But I'll tell you what, if you put up work ethics of this age group compared to the young age group, whoa. Thank you, uniquely written. Copycat. Well, copycat, you drinking that strong coffee? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Copycat drinking the copycat is doing up the super coffee, the coffee that'll make you be shaking and stuff. I miss these lives with y'all in the morning. But the good thing is I switched schedules again. I'm really loving this job, y'all. I can't say enough. Every Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday morning. Oh man, and it's starting right now, but it's okay. Um, did I switch the channel? We have OTWP prepping. Oh, it was OTWP in the now. I just changed it back to OTWP prepping, and then we have OTWP TV news. And we have You Never Know, and then we have our Rumble channel and Telegram. But I got to say this, I'm missing Bible study right now. It's every Tuesday morning, and it's really interesting to work for a company that actually puts God first in the company. And like even with this situation with my mom, with us helping her move and stuff, like I just went to my coach, like we have different coach levels, and I just went to my first coach and they're like, "Psh, no problem." Also because of my back, I got a new back brace to help my shoulders. You probably all always notice that my shoulders are down. That's from being in so many car wrecks, and I've had a lot of issues with my back. So I got a new back brace that's helping me a lot. But right now, my shoulders are like kind of, I don't know. It's one of those things. But they have been like really, really good to me, and like I just feel like I'm a part of a new family with this company, and the things that we're doing all lined up with exactly where I'm supposed to be in life, because everything is based around preparedness. Um, we're going into the Appalachia, and we're actually like next year. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going in the spring, is to help with that mission. And we're actually like right now we have boots on the ground there in the poorest areas of this country, where they're actually in there fixing windows, fixing leaky roofs, fixing floors. We also have a water purification part of our company. So we work for international and nationwide nonprofits, and but I'm talking humanitarian nonprofits. One of the best ones that I really, really enjoy working for, and I'm going to show you real quick. Let me pull it up. Um, this is something that I would like to do a fundraiser this year for. Um, and what would happen is super chats and things like that. For so long, I have to figure out how to do it. It's something through YouTube. But what happens is the money, like when you drop a super chat or a sticker, it would go directly to the nonprofit. And this is probably one of my favorite ones that I'm involved in working for right now, and I'm going to share it with you. Um, it is it's a very neat program. It's called Heifer International, and as you all know, uh, you know the supply chain crisis caused a lot of people, and many of you may know about this program already. Really neat program. But what happens is that Heifer International is worldwide, and instead of giving someone a handout, right, what they do is they provide animals to these communities, and one animal can change a whole. They're not just helping one family; they're helping a whole community by providing this animal, and then they go in and they teach people how to reproduce the animals, take care of the animals, train the people, educate the people how to do it. And so this is like one of my favorite programs that I'm working for right now. And it is touching people all over the world. Even at Christmas, like instead of buying someone a Christmas gift, what you can do is you can actually sponsor an animal. You can buy a chicken, you can buy a pig, you can buy a heifer, and it's really really cool the things that they're doing. They also have a seed program, so there's a lot of different things that they do, and it's really touching people all over the world that are living in these areas that don't have access to clean water, don't have the access to the food that they need, and it's such a awesome program. And the cool thing is you can set up, and if any of you want to do it, you can go to Heifer International, and you can make a difference all year long by donating monthly, and I think it starts at like 5 or 10 bucks. But there's so many things that Heifer International's doing, and I think the big thing is that you know we really have become and realized that in this world, it's not the United States and Europe and Africa. We are all part of humanity. And to think about children starving to death, or to think about somebody not having access to clean water, is like this job just fits my personality so much. It's a wonderful thing what Heifer's doing. Uh, I think that, if more of us would step forward and get involved, it would become so cool. Um, they have a really cool thing that they help small farmers, right? They help support small farmers to serve local communities in need. So they're all over the world. The things that they're doing is absolutely wonderful, right? we have realized once COVID-19 happened that there was all these gaps in the food system and the need for local farmers to really be able to serve local communities. So food banks, they're facing all these food shortages. Uh, Farmers, their harvest got destroyed. And really, if we all came together as humanity, we could feed everybody. We could make sure that no child goes to bed hungry at night, that no person goes to bed wanting something to drink. And I think it's just a really cool thing. So I wanted to share it with you that this is one of the best programs, one of the programs I really, really like, um, truly enjoy working with. And I think that, when we see all these things like how COVID hit all of us and how it really we're one big world. And not that I like all those aspects of that. I think that the United States could stand on their own a lot more, but we are humanity. And we've talked about starvation and deprivation of sleep and deprivation of water. And you put all this into prepping, and it's like no child should go without. I hate the things that they're doing in the United States when it comes to our elders and our vets. But what do we do? How do we help? And I think that's a big question that we all have to ask ourselves. Is like, how can we help? What can we do? Just being me. Just being me. You know what I mean? Um, all of us can make an impact. All of us can do something, right? Uh, if we take the time to do it, and not just be on a pity party, poor me, poor me, poor me, because trust me, your situation might be bad, but there's a lot of people that are way worse. There's a lot of people that are way worse, that are fighting to have a roof over their head, that are homeless, that are, got addicted to drugs, or that their parents are in prison. And there's so many things that, as a prepared family individual, that we can do to be the change, right? That we can be the change. And honestly, if we don't step up now, then what? Then what, right? Then it's it's one of those things that we all need to look at. What's Rick doing? Acting up in the chat. He's just been on one lately. He's really been on one. Wow, you just joined Heifer, Betty? That's really cool. That's really cool. That's really awesome. You know, um, there's a lot of good things going on in the world, y'all. Don't get caught up in all the negativity. Don't get caught up in all the negativity. I'm gonna take it on out with a couple songs. Um, Betty, I'm gonna continue to raise you up in prayer because our God is mighty. And yeah, that's so true, Rick. That is so true. You just sent a flock of chicks. That's really cool, Betty. So you just helped somebody, and that's awesome. Because the thing is that there's lots of folks that need help. But Betty, this goes out to you, and it goes out to all of you here. God bless you. Stay centered. Stay focused. Keep prepping. Get you some metal cans. Set up a can for your kids. Set up a can for yourself. Set up a can for the family. And these little cans could come in handy, and make sure you write screws, bolts, and nuts on them, or you know, so people don't really know what you got. I love you all. I care about you. And we don't have a live stream tonight. We have one tomorrow night, and then me and Dragonflies leave Thursday morning. Super excited to go see my family. Get to see my monkey in the barrel great niece. So I'm sure I'll be playing monkeys in the barrel, and then I get to see my brothers and my sisters, and it's going to be kind of like a family get together. And all of us are going to help mom move, and then me and Christina are headed on out. Me and Dragonflies are headed on out to Colorado, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to take y'all fishing with me. I don't know if we'll go river fishing, but we'll do a couple. We might try to do a live stream out there in Colorado while we're there, or we might just we're going to do a lot of video footage. So no matter what, the OTWP mag always rides with me wherever I go. But I will do probably a live stream. I can't stay away from you all that long. I love you all too much. Big prepper hugs, and everybody have a great day. Keep putting your boots on the ground and keep doing the dang thing. Let's take it on out. You know how we do it here. Stay centered and stay focused, and don't give up. Do the dang thing on a daily basis. There's no such thing as prep or burnout. You're just getting ramped up now. So this goes out to Beth D. We love you, Beth D. And Rick and Lenora. This goes out to everybody. Keep on keeping on. We got better days coming, y'all. But this goes out to everybody. I'm going to play a couple songs. Actually, I lost your song, Beth D. I'll have to play it another day, but for the good. For the good. Bye, y'all.
Working it out in all things, all things, in all things. You working it out for the good of those you called according to your purpose, for the good. Those you called according to your plan. Well, you are working for the good. Yeah, you are working for the good. In all things, in all things, in all things. You're working it out in all things, all things, in all things. You're working it out for the good of those you called according to your purpose, for the good. Trust in you. We will trust, we will see you move. We will trust in you. Oh, we will trust, we will see you move. Those you called according to your purpose, for the good. Of those you called according to your plan, and for the good. Of those you called according to your purpose, for the good. Of those you called